I hope everybody's doing amazing. So tonight we're going to be kicking off a 7-day serious conversation about you and your money. If you go to www.blackgirlcoins.com, you can register because we're going to try to do a lot of it behind the scenes because there's really some super truths that need to be told about our worth. There's some super truths that need to be told about why we are so far behind in generating revenue, in earning money on our jobs. And there's been some big lies told over the years about us being wasteful with our money, about us, spending money on hair and nails and jewelry, but they're not telling the full truth about how we don't have as much money as Becky and Bob to start out with. So it's a free event. I want you to invite your friends. I think you're going to leave out of it with a greater sense of self worth and a greater sense of you deserve to have what you have. If you go to www.blackgirlcoins.com, and a lot of what you may be feeling as a business owner, we're gonna have some real conversation. We're gonna have conversation about why sometimes we don't respect other Black business owners the way we respect or give or pay homage to other businesses. We're going to have some conversation about us making sure that we treat our Black businesses as real businesses and stop thinking that we're not qualified for this opportunity or that opportunity. We're entering into a stage where everybody all of a sudden wants to honor the Black business owner. And so I'll take it. I'll take it. Be having conversation about make sure that your business is ready to reap the benefits that is happening right now. So we're going to have real conversation for the next week. And my goal, my mission is for Black women to leave the conversation more in touch with their wealth. And I don't mean money. Money is what you have today. Wealth is what you have generationally. So we're going to be talking about legacy. We're going to be talking about credit. I see a Mayor Dream credit join. We're going to be talking about some things that were historically not available or very marginalized in the African American community, and especially since there are so many African American women breadwinners. I thought that it would be a great opportunity to bring people, and this is going to be a discussion. It's not a talk show. So we're going to be asking people to come in, chime into the conversation. www.blackgirlcoins.com. We plan on doing it every year around this time because the truth of the matter is we've got to stop ignoring our financial situation, and it's going to be the financial situation that gets us at the tables and in the rooms where we need to be a part of the decision making so we can be a part of the change. We can't just keep saying we want change and protesting in the streets. We got to find ways to protest in the boardrooms. We've got to find ways to protest in the White House and on Capitol Hill. We've got to find a way to make our voice count, make our dollars count, make our opinions count. $1.2 trillion in spending power accounts for something. And so we're going to start the conversation tonight. This is your heads up to get there, get your seat, invite a friend. We want to do it offline because there's so much that needs to be said in privacy before we say it in front of everybody else. We don't need to air our grievances and griefs in front of the world. It's too many people sitting behind closed doors listening to our conversation and taking action based on the conversation. So with that being said, tonight, what do you guys think about the conversation in general? You guys give me some feedback because this was something that me and my team came up with. but we want to know what you think. And do you think this is a value added conversation? And what do you want to come out of the conversation? And I'm gonna let you guys chime in. I see quite a few people watching. Good morning, Saching. Good morning. Good morning, fam. Good morning, Vanessa. Timely and relevant, Ebony said. Very good. I agree. I think that wealth is a journey that until you have the vision that you can get there, you don't necessarily get there. And I think it's time for us to increase the vision that we have about our own wealth, personal wealth and business wealth.
Yeah, I was vision is so very important. You know, like I shared with you all at one time, I didn't see it. I couldn't see it that it was possible. But I see it now. You know, your eyes can be wide open, so far wide open that you can't see past where you are. And it's a beautiful thing because it's all possible.
And I think it's time for us to start demanding more as it relates to the world at large, because we carry a lot of people on our back. Hey, Brent Angel, praying for you guys. We as Black women, we carry a lot of people on our back. We carry a lot of stress on our back. We carry a lot of obligation. And at some point, we've got to receive something. We've got to receive something in return. And oh, okay. Tell mom I love her. And it's got to be more than stress. It's got to be more than a thank you. Because, you know, one thing that I think was Maya Angelou talked about, how, you know, the Black woman shows up for everybody else. You know, so who's going to show up for us? And we need to start showing up for ourselves in the spirit of sisterhood, in the spirit of being good business people. Sisterhood and being a Black business doesn't mean you take advantage of other Black business owners, or you take advantage of your community and not do what you need to do. Sisterhood, I have to share my information with you for free. Sisterhood doesn't mean that. And so we've got to, with what does being good family mean? And our familiar institution was really hammered by slavery. But just because slavery happened doesn't mean we don't need to do our parts to start to put things back together again. Good morning, Bliss Beauty. And when we say support Black-owned businesses, that means those businesses need to deserve that support. You know, that doesn't mean charge me $30 for an oxtail plate and then, you know, the food ain't good. That doesn't mean charge me, you know, overcharge me for a product and then don't deliver on the service. But at the same time, and this is something I say all the time, and I'm very passionate about it, and I ask people about it all the time, the way we treat each other familiar in business, do you treat white-owned businesses like that? Somebody will buy something from me for $9. I swear for Jesus. For Jesuses. They will buy something from me for $9, not get it in 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes, they want a refund. Or do you do Amazon like that? Do you treat Target like that? So at the end of the day, Black Girl Coins is about us being able to not just go out there and be business owners. It's about us not only being good business owners, it's about us being good customers too. You know, me as a coach, I see y'all spend money. Hey, Lucinda, I see y'all spend money with coaches that don't look like you, that don't deliver anything. But you hammer me and my team when we show up consistently. You want to know why we charge 25,000, why we charge 50,000, because we gonna be you a 7-figure business, and we can't charge you less than that, and you get more results. Hey, Angelia, good morning. And so everybody's got to understand their value. And when you start charging people what your value really is, when you start charging people what your value really is, you'll be able to afford the things you need in your business. If you want us to do a 7-figure marketing campaign for you, if you want us to set up your website, your social media, then at the end of the day, guess what? You've got to pay us accordingly. And here's another food for thought. While y'all hiring all of those experts to teach you about marketing, marketing to your people is different than marketing to the rest of the world. Y'all better write that one down. I'm going to give you that one for free. Marketing to your people is totally different than marketing to the rest of the world. So a lot of what you're paying for out there is unusable in your own community. And that's the truth of the matter. We are different. We are the trendsetters. We are the ones leading the way. We are the path burners. So before you cross that line and try to go get help from Bob and Becky, you may want to look in your own backyard. And here's another thing. The way we reconcile money in our heads is totally different from the way somebody that's always had money reconciles money in their head. It's so your first education in money has to be that you deserve it and that you're worthy and that you're good enough to have, because a lot of us came from nothing. I remember the first year I made $1 million, I sat and I looked, and I honestly, Verlin, I honestly thought somebody was going to come take that money from me. I honestly was afraid to spend that money. I honestly was scared to just be flashy. And I remember American Gangster with Frank Lucas, and he bought the fur coat and ended up going to jail. And I was like, oh, Lord, these people going to come get me. At the end of the day, because I wasn't raised with a deserving, privileged, better than everybody else mindset. I hope y'all caught that. I don't have an entitlement mindset. I was taught to work hard and I might get a little piece of house, a little piece of car. And hopefully the bank don't own it all. That was what I was taught. So, it's a different way that we reconcile wealth as Black women. And that's what we're going to be talking about during Black Girl Coins, 7 days of serious conversation about you and your bank account. www.blackgirlcoins.com. I hope you'll register. I hope you'll join us. It's a free conversation, but it's a conversation that's worth $1 million. Because it's time. It's time for us to live differently. It's time for us to expect differently. It's time for us to play the game differently. And unfortunately, the game of money is a game that a lot of people play and that we play too, but we was never really taught the rules. And that's something that I want to talk about behind closed doors. That's why you need to register to get the Zoom link, because you can't win a game that you don't know how to play. You can't win a game that nobody ever gave you the rules to, and you can't win a game that you have never participated in at a high level. That money is, I'm telling you, over the past few years, I have worked to master earning money. And I thought I did something because I can make $1 out of 15 cents. You understand what I'm saying? I can make money out of thin air. I'm just good at it. But when I turned the corner to this year and I asked the Lord, I said, well, we don't want $1 million a year. We want a multi-million-dollar a year. He started revealing to me, because I thought I was doing something teaching y'all how to make money. I really did. But he started revealing to me there's so many more facets. There's such a more holistic approach to this money thing. Everything from the credit to using other people's money for startup capital and grants, you corporate money for sponsorships, being a certified woman-owned business so that you can take advantage of government money. The list goes on and on and on. And so basically what he told me was, child, you still got work to do. You ain't made it yet. You ain't arrived yet. You're good at making money, but you have not mastered money. And until we get people in our community who are experts at mastering money in totality, not just, not just earning money, not just business credit, not just, pieces of the puzzle. Black women's wealth overall. Good morning, Queen BZBM. Black women's wealth overall. And that's the conversation we're going to be having this week. www.blackgirlcoins.com. It's a free webinar. And just catch it. Invite some women to come to the conversation. You bring your questions about the conversation. Let's tell the truth to each other. Let's call each other out on some stuff, but let's walk away. Let's agree to disagree, but let's walk away with a 7-figure sisterhood in mind. We created a group on Facebook that we're going to invite you to called Black Girl Buying Power. I think that's what it's called. And it's really to help all of us understand that working together, and it's unfortunate that we can't. It's unfortunate that we feel like we need to go across the pond to get some secret sauce of what they have. It's unfortunate that we feel like they know more than we know. And the truth of the matter is, we've got most of what we need inside of us, with the exception of sisterhood. Somebody's gonna hear me in a minute. So I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to invite your friends. I want you to be a part of the conversation. I want you to bring your questions. I want us to talk offline, which is why I want you to register. We may do the first few nights online just so people can get the word, but we got to talk privately. We've got to have a conversation, y'all. We've got to come to an understanding of how we're going to mutually, physically, psychologically, and mentally support each other through this thing called life. Life in and of itself is hard. And life, when you don't have any real support or like-minded people around you, it's even harder. But the truth is, it don't have to be that hard. The truth is that we don't have to struggle. The truth is that there's more than enough for all of us. Can I get an amen? The truth is that there's so much knowledge that we don't have, that until we get together and start to share knowledge, I don't mean, good morning, Brizzy. I don't mean sharing your intellectual property or teaching anybody for free. I don't mean that. I mean, until we just get to the point where we can compliment each other. Hello? Can you pay your sister a compliment? Can you share somebody's business without any ill intent? Do you even know what the people around you do and how you can help them in business? And that, my friends, is Black Girl Coins. If you go to www.blackgirlcoins.com and register, invite your business friends. Go post in some of them groups that you post your business in. Look, anybody that needs this conversation, can I get at least 5 people to commit to going to post in a group that you don't own or a group that you do own, and say, hey guys, they're having a conversation tonight about Black women and their wealth, a real conversation. It's free to join. Can we count you in so we can start showing up and getting the right people in political office, so we can start showing up and supporting the right nonprofits, so that the Red Cross ain't bleeding us all dry, so we can start showing up and understanding what it takes to exceed in corporate America, what it takes to be a Black woman CEO, what it takes to be a wealthy Black woman. What is it going to take? And one thing I can promise you, it's not going to take any more work than you're doing right now. That's the crazy part. The crazy part, it is not going to require that you work harder. It's going to require that you be more strategic. It's going to require that you be more purposeful. Everything you do, you got to start doing it on purpose. You have to have a business justification for it. But at the end of the day, understanding. Exactly. And this is the thing, Queen BZ. We have to understand that our greatness is just as great as anybody else's great. We can't expect for other races to be respectful of us. We can't mandate that other races treat us equitably when we don't even do it to ourselves. That's an ouch. Did y'all hear that? You want the world to treat us right. But that means that the first step in that is we got to start to treat each other right. We got to know what the lines of demarcation are, and to stop crossing those lines, stop putting our mouth on other businesses, talking about them, stop competing so heavily within our own self when there's more than enough. Learn how to stay in your lane. Stop giving away all your intellectual knowledge and then mad at somebody else because they sell theirs. There's just so many things that we've got to come up with some rules of engagement for. Somebody told me, girl, you need to stop drinking at Starbucks. You need to stop drinking at Starbucks. Starbucks don't support Black people. I said, girl, if I had to stop doing business with all the corporations that really, really don't care about Black people, I'd be sitting here, I'd be sitting outside in the dark, butt naked. Come on now. It's a lot of businesses, corporations that don't really support Black people. It ain't just, don't call my coffee out. You wouldn't have no cell phone. You wouldn't have no laptop. Because see, there's a very thin line between racism and capitalism. And some corporations are just so greedy that they really don't care if you black or white. They not trying to hurt you, but hell, they ain't trying to help you. They just trying to make their money. So while y'all worried about my Starbucks, y'all better go do some history on that Coach, Fendi, Gucci, and Dooney bag you carrying, that Birkin bag you carrying, them Crystal Louboutin you wearing, them Jim Choo shoes you wearing. You better go do some research on them Balenciagos you buying for your man. You better go do some research on Chanel. Y'all gonna have to, baby, y'all gonna have to hire some private eyes. Cause it ain't just Starbucks. It is the entire commerce system. It is corporations and government entities the world over. We need massive reform in so many areas, from the political to the government to the educational institutions. It just don't, come on now, don't just call my cough out. You know what a woman told me the other day? She said, we need to stop worrying about money because the world's coming to an end. Now, I do agree with her. I do agree. I do agree that the world is coming to the end eventually. I do. But I told her, if you're going to stop worrying about money, who paying your cell phone bill? That same phone you trolling me with came from money. And that same line you trolling me on came from money. And come on now, you was on there when she said that. So stop doing double talk. Because when you talk about we don't need money, and I'm like, well, girl, how you get to the grocery store and what, pray tell, do you spend when you get there? So I know you're not walking to the grocery store. Matter of fact, I know you're not growing all your own groceries yourself. And if you is, where did you get the money for the land and the seeds? I know you ain't got no cow in your backyard and no chickens. So last time you pulled up on Church's, Popeyes, or KFC, where did that money come from? Don't be doing double talk with me just because I'm teaching women how to make money. Who gonna feed your kids? Who gonna send your kids to college? That's our problem right now, is we're not demanding our worth. We're not demanding our worth out here in the business landscape. We're not demanding our worth in the corporate stratosphere. We're not demanding our worth with our men. We're not demanding our worth with our children. We're not demanding our worth anywhere we go. Girl, I know my feet, the Lord made my feet big for a reason. It's time for Black women to put their big old feet down. It's time for us to say enough is enough, girl. Nuck if you buck, girl. Y'all remember that song, Nuck if you buck? She said, enough is enough, y'all. Nuck if you buck, girl. It's time out. Y'all not, I told them the other day, it ain't enough to be sick and tired. We need to be exhausted and nauseous. It ain't enough to be sick and tired because they be lying to us about how we spend our money, trying to say we spend all our money on hair and nails. When the truth of the matter is, Becky get more money off the rip and Bob get even more money than Becky. And so what you see is that difference compounded. So if you get 20,000 more than me this year, compound that over 10 years and you've gotten $250,000 more than me. Compound that over a lifetime. Compound 20,000 over 50 years and you've gotten what? $10 million more than me. And there's no surprise that you have a bigger house or a bigger car. It's not because you worked harder than me. It is definitely not because you're smarter than me. It's because you started out ahead of me. You have people that are hiring you that look like you who are hiring you. People who look like you are giving you the contracts. And it's proven that people relate differently to people that look like him, look like themselves. Unfortunately, we've been taught to look down on people that look like us. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about it. www.blackgirlcoins. You need to register. You need to invite your friends. We got to have a real conversation because it's time for us to move forward on a wealth perspective, on a health perspective. Stop being stressed out, carrying everybody's shit around. And I promise you, I'm going to grow this every year. Girl, next year I'm going to see if Erica come in and sing Bag Lady. You going to hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. It is sad, sis. The mass majority of us can't even build a business because we got so many life stressors on us and we don't have the support system we need to overcome those life stressors. We don't have the people to coach us through it or to show us how to balance it while we continue to go get our licks. I don't know, y'all. 7 nights of conversation. Don't come if you easily offended. Don't come if you easily offended. Don't come if your feelings get hurt easy. That's why we doing it in private so that the people can't kick us offline. Because you know, the last time we had a real conversation about Black women, they money, we had a hard time getting on Facebook. They was deleting our videos and everything. They don't want the truth to be told, y'all. Because until the truth is told, we're going to remain in a financial slavery of sorts. Until the truth is told and the bonds are truly broken, we're not going to be able to see our way through what our birthright is. And our birthright is according to what our Father has, and that's limitless. So it's going to be a great conversation, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Well, of course, I can get to work. www.blackgirlcoins.com. Tonight at 9 and probably again at midnight, we'll be live. I hope to see you there. Invite some friends for some real conversation because, again, it's time out for us to be treated less than, but it starts with us treating ourselves like we're more than. Have a great morning, guys.